What's going on, world? It's the NRW. Nerds Rule the World, back with our weekly entertainment picks. I am Kuya P, and I'm joined by my brother from another mother, the cat that levels us up, Mr. Glenn Lawrence. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well, fine, and fantastic. What's happening, bro?
I'm good, man, but my team ain't so good, though, right now. Luckily, we had a bye week because we needed a break after 2 straight losses. Y'all, I'm talking about football, man. I'm a Niners cat all day, every day. But my team has been whacking. My man, Glenn Lawrence's team has been, doing a little something. How's your Eagles, bro?
We just keep rolling. It doesn't look ugly. People are upset about the way we're doing it, but we just keep rolling, keep winning. That's all it is. Dubs, just stacking the dubs.
What do you think about my team though right now with what happened? Have you been tracking with my team at all?
Of course, my college roommate is also a Niners fan. You're a Niners fan, so I stay up on them. And root against them, not because of you, mostly because of my college roommate, you know what I mean? But I know it hurts you, and I'm like, I wish I didn't have to root against him, but he talks a lot of trash, so I gotta give it to him.
We picked up Chase Young. We picked up Chase Young. What do you think of at least with the pickup? Did you guys get any pickups?
I think the problem isn't Chase Young. I think the thing is, once a quarterback has been playing for a minute, the tape is out. Defensive coordinators figure out tendencies, they figure out what to
Brock's
do.
Exposed.
And I think Brock has limitations that can be exposed. The other thing I think is Shanahan. I think he doesn't have a sense of the fact that these are human beings, and the more you use a person, the more wear and tear. So you see a lot of injuries, they start adding up, and you're like, oh man, I can't believe this person's out. It's like you're running them like 30 times a game at the beginning of the season. Yeah, they're going to be banged up. They're not going to last that long. You got to spell them, but it's hard to do when you have a quarterback who needs a lot of help. So you got to use these people. You got to use them, So McCaffrey's out, or he was out for a little bit. Debo's getting a little banged up.
Yeah.
But these are things that I predicted might happen, you know what I mean? Just because of how they do things. And I want to see the Eagles and the Niners play when everybody's kind of at their full strength. But Eagles have been banged up too, but they keep doing it, man. They just keep edging them out. They should have lost that game to the Cowboys, but they didn't. That's what winners do. They figure out how to win when they shouldn't.
I love it, man. Well, I'm happy for you and your team.
Thank you. I wish I was. See, look, I try to separate when I'm talking trash about the Niners. I try to separate the trash talk from my college roommate to you. Like with you, I'm like, man, I feel so bad. I wish they were just. But with him, I'm like, that's right. I told you they're bums. So right now, it feels like I'm code switching. I'm code switching with my trash talk.
Well, I appreciate you just because that how deep that's my squad, and it feels it gets into my soul. So yeah. All right, man. Well, bravo to you and your team. I hope you keep running, and I'm just hoping my team figures it out. That's all I know. We had a bye week, to chill out, and we're gonna come back. But we're not talking sports, y'all. This ain't sports podcast. This is entertainment, and we got a lot of great entertainment heading our way this week, Glenn. I got some picks for you, brother. You ready to check some of this stuff out?
I'm ready to get into it. Let's have it. Let's make it.
All right, man. This first joint, kind of a weird pick. I think my top 2 picks are very solid. I've seen them. This one I actually could have watched because I have the screener right now. I am working on having my interview set up with the director, but he's been going back and forth to Japan because this is a Go Nagai film, or Go Nagai style film, and it features a cat that we've known as Jason. I'm talking about Derek Mears. I recently talked to him at Monster Mania. He and I are hoping to book an interview once the strike is over, so look forward to that. Derek Mears has been our Swamp Thing. He's been our Jason. He's been a pirate in a Pirate of the Caribbean. Great actor, but he's also in Lion Girl, and that's my first pick out the gate. You ready to check this out?
I'm doing it. Let's see. I'm stumbling. Yes, let's do it.
Let's go.
In the year 2045, a tsunami of meteorites swarmed Earth, killing most life forms. Civilization came to an end. The survivors from around the world fought their way to a small landmass in Asia, Tokyo, Japan. Those who survived the meteorite's hellstorm in Tokyo, and some survivors who are able to land on Tokyo, killed each other, for more food, more power. But for those who survived the meteorites and Civil War, their true enemy wasn't a dystopian world run by a fascist shogun. It was Fujinaga shogunate government's designated infectious disease, Anorak syndrome. Undergo a metamorphosis into horrific meteorite beasts. People call them Anorak. Anorak hunt and kill human beings for their life force. Anorak are the true enemy of humankind.
There you go, Glenn Lawrence. Very wild, very crazy. It's from what I seen and reading on stuff, it's like a Power Rangers, but bloody slasher, old school. It's Go Nagai. What I'm not sure that kind of film or whatever, but this cat named Corando is like this wild, out of the box filmmaker. And when I was talking to Derek, he was like, if you've never experienced something like this, it's an experience. There's a lot of blood. There's a lot of boobs. It's like a mixture of hentai anime, Power Rangers, craziness. Yeah, I haven't watched it yet. I'm planning to check it out at some point. Lion Girl, Glenn, what do you think?
What did I just see? What did I just watch? What was that? What?
Right?
Here's what I will say. I don't know what just happened. It's interesting. The thing that America does very well are trailers. We do amazing trailers. Like, trailers are dope. I don't know if
sometimes
it's
better than the movie itself.
Yeah, sometimes better than the movie itself. I don't know if it's translated overseas, because so this trailer was just like very confusing. I don't know if I wanted to see it. I couldn't tell if it was an animation or if it was a live action. I'm pretty sure it's live action.
Yeah,
there's a lot of animation. Okay, it was just like, wait, is it going to go back and forth or what? And you know, and then it's just, and then like it doesn't like tell you at the end, it just like ends. It's just like, and so trailer aside, in terms of the film, it looks very Power Rangers-esque. It looks like it'll probably have some wild things. You know, this idea of a meteor shower, very scary, especially knowing that meteors do hit the earth from time to time. It's like, oh man, this could really happen. So it's just, I don't know what to think, because that trailer was just wild.
Yeah.
It looks like it could be a fun like a Saturday afternoon,
Yeah,
you know,
watching with your boys,
like, yo,
it's a wild.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going into it. I don't know if this is a go nagiri, like if that's just
Go
the
Nagai.
way the
It's like
films are. Go Nagai.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just the way the films are.
Yeah.
But I'm intrigued though. Maybe
Same.
the trailer did its job, because I am intrigued. I'm just like, what did I just see?
Exactly.
It gives me a Toxic Avengers type feel.
Yeah, it's like I feel like it's their version of like a Toxic Avenger type thing. Yeah, Toxic Avenger, like perfect. Yeah, indie, weird, wild effects, boobs out of nowhere, blood out of nowhere. It's I'm
Toxic Avengers. I've seen a surprisingly high amount of times.
Yeah, and they're because they're fun, right? They're just fun, stupid, but
silly.
It's stupid fun, silly.
Goofy.
And I think that is what essentially Go Nagai stuff is from all accounts. I think you hit the perfect simile for across the pond there to us. So actually, that just made me more interested in watching Lion Girl.
Right.
And I will be checking it out, because hopefully very soon I'll be talking to the writer director, Corando, as well as Strike. Once the strike hopefully finishes up, Derek Mears, who plays the villain in Lion Girl. So stay tuned, y'all. The wild card pick out the way. these two picks, I highly recommend. You ready to go to the next one, Glenn?
Of course. Let's do it. Let's keep it moving.
All right. I'm not going to hold you over anymore. We're going to head over to the Holdovers with my man, Pauly Giamatti, with a team up with Sideways director Paul Anderson. Here we go.
You just earned yourself a detention, sir. Me with you is already one big detention. Son of a...
Sir, I don't understand.
That's glaringly apparent.
I can't fail this class.
Oh, don't sell yourself short, Mr. Coates. I truly believe that you can.
Every year at Barton Academy, students, faculty, and staff depart the campus for a 2-week winter break. But there are always an unfortunate few who have nowhere to go for the holidays. They're known as the Holdovers.
Mr. Hunnam.
Hello, Mary.
I heard you got stuck with babysitting duty this year. How'd you manage that?
You know, he used to be a student, right? Yeah, that's why he knows how to inflict maximum pain on us.
I thought all the Nazis were hiding in Argentina.
Stifle it, Tully. You just earned yourself a detention, sir. Being here with you is already one big detention. Son of a bitch, that's another detention. Do you think I want to be babysitting you? No, I was praying your mother would pick up the phone or your father would arrive in a helicopter or a flying saucer.
My father's dead.
You don't tell a boy that's been left behind at Christmas that nobody wants him? What's wrong with you?
There's nobody here, okay? You stay out of my way, and I'll stay out of yours.
Let me sleep in the
Now, most of the kids dislike you, pretty much hate you. Teachers, too. You know that, right?
I find the world a bitter and complicated place, and it seems to feel the same way about me. I think you and I have this in common.
I don't think I've ever had a real family Christmas like this before. Thank you, Mary.
You're welcome.
History is not simply the study of the past, it is an explanation of the present.
See, when you say it that way and throw in some pornography, it's a lot easier to understand.
No matter what you are.
I'd like to propose a toast to my two unlikely companions.
Are you trying to lick down my shirt?
No.
Yes.
You're gonna get me fired.
This is your Rubicon.
Do not cross
The Rubicon.
The Holdovers.
All right, Glenn, the Holdovers in theaters now. It actually had a limited release. It's now having its national release this week. What do you think, man?
Looks pretty solid. Directed by Alexander Payne, Paul Giamatti, Divine Joy Randolph, Dominic Sessa. Great cast. It's funny because we were just talking about trailers and how, we do trailers differently over here. This is like a throwback to how trailers were done, in the past. It looks interesting. It looks like it's going to be heartfelt Christmas movie. It's one of those, heartwarming things, talks about family connection, picking up the pieces, all those type of things. Looks good. And of course, if Paul Giamatti's in it, it's probably going to be acted superbly. I'm excited to see it. I think it's great. As a youth, when I was in college and whatnot, I used to stay at school for the Christmases or the Thanksgivings, and then I would have like the dinner where everybody could come through and like eat. Like I would cook for people to come through. So it's really cool seeing this because it kind of reminds me of those times, being the person who's like, hey man, you guys don't got to, everybody come here and we can share in a meal or do a thing. So yeah, this is kind of dope. I enjoy this. I like this.
Great. That's cool. That kind of that personal touch, like you actually know that experience from your own. That's awesome. So I will have a full review on this probably at the time this drops as well. But I had a chance to check this out probably about a month ago, and man, amazing. I really enjoyed Sideways back in the day. Alexander Payne teaming up again with Paul Giamatti, amazing actor. He's brilliant in this once again. I definitely think he may get some noms come because we're getting into award season in a bit. That he should see one. And I gotta say, man, we all know how brilliant Pauly G is, but this young actor in Dominic Sessa, who plays the young man who is kind of like the lead or the team that is kind of he's overseeing. This is his film debut, and holds his own with Pauly G, as well as Divine Joy Randolph, who's the cook that also is kind of there as well, along with Pauly G, to be, the facility staff to oversee the kids that are kind of stuck. And all three of them, amazing job. This is a dramedy, and you're going to bring the tissues. Well, I'm a bit of an empath, so I was crying a little bit, but I was also laughing my butt off. It's a great film, and I definitely think Pauly G, Dominic Sessa, and Divine should get some noms for their roles. This was a good film, and Alexander Payne, and as you stated too, with like the trailer, even the film itself, he does a very throwback style to the way films are made during this time period. It takes place in 1969, 1970, and I think he did it, and it just was cool to kind of like throw back to the period, and it's a great film. And stay tuned for my full review, y'all, on the channel. But the Holdovers, brother, and I like that you had that experience. I don't like that you got stuck during the holidays, but I was asking Ebony the same thing, y'all, my beautiful wife.
Yeah,
being in college, and then what did people do if they couldn't make it in? Like, this is a very interesting story, because I was in the military, so I didn't have that kind of a college experience to that effect. So I was just curious, if how people got together and what was going on with that, and yeah, man, it was very interesting.
Well, it was like a choice. Like, I could have went home for Thanksgiving or whatever, but I don't know. I just chose to host a thing. You know what I mean? And I was, kind of also cool. You know what I mean? To do that. I don't know. I feel like the love is so strong. Like, in my family, it's like they're okay if I miss one. I know we'll catch them around on the next one or something like that. So, but other people don't have that. You know what I mean? So yeah. It was like a choice. It was like a choice to connect,
Yeah, or anyone, and that's sad, and to just have people come together to support each other, be a support system, is beautiful, and that's dope, man. All right, yo, I'm not gonna hold you over any longer, y'all. I got the top pick, Glenn Lawrence. We're gonna have our full review on this at the time of this episode. You ready to talk the Marvels again?
Yeah,
all right, here we go.
This all day.
All right, here we go.
Heroes. It's an old-fashioned notion, but the world can still use them.
Ready.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes.
We destroyed Thanos. But it's not over.
My work is inevitable. There will always be more to finish it.
This is just the beginning.
She tore a hole in space. There's a different reality leading into ours.
What are you prepared to do?
I'm invincible.
Your powers only make me stronger.
So you can't be matched. Can't be controlled. I'm asking for one last fight.
You cannot protect your people.
But you can stand tall without standing alone.
They're here.
The Marvels, rated PG-13.
Uh-oh.
Monica, you gotta fly.
No.
Black girl magic.
In theaters Friday. Get tickets now.
There you go, Glenn Lawrence, the Marvels. Everybody check out our full review. Glenn and I break it down. Would you say this is the top pick for the week, bro?
I would definitely say it's a top pick for the week. I don't know how the box office is going to be, but I think it should be large because this is one of the better Marvel films that have come around since Infinity War. They do a great job with the special effects, do a great job with the stunts. Well, I mean, maybe not so much special effects, but the stunt work is pretty incredible. And I think the story is great. I think they mesh everything together. They set up for the future. I'm excited about it. I really enjoyed what they did here. Yeah, there are a couple of nitpicks, and you'll see in the review that we did. But I'm with it. What about you, man?
Yeah, they'll see all that. I enjoyed it. Fun, F-U-N. I said that coming out of it in our initial thoughts. We said that in the review. Good times. One of the things I didn't point out in our review is the person who plays the Kree leader, the bad gal in this, is played by Zawe Ashton. I actually interviewed her on the channel for NRW for another film she did, and I completely forgot about that. I meant to mention that. So y'all go check out that interview with Zawe Ashton. I talked to her. She's amazing in this. I think I would have liked to, if there is a gripe, I wish we could have had a little bit more. We understand her motivations, everything, but I would have loved a little bit more of that because she is a phenomenal actress. And another interesting tidbit for the fans that may not know, she is married to the one and only Tom Hiddleston, our Loki. That's Tom Hiddleston's boo. So we have two major Marvel villains that are actually an item in Zawe and Tom Hiddleston. She's good people's, and I wish we had a little bit more in this, but for the story, you know what they were going for, and for time, she did great in this. But good times, and our full reviews on the channel.
That is interesting because Loki he's like turning the page. You know what I mean? He's straddling between being a villain.
Yeah, he is. He's kind of in between in regards to hero villain status. Yeah, but the fact that we have two Marvel villains as an item is kind of cool, right?
Yeah, it's very cool. I had that in my notes for the review, and I think we ended the review before we got to that point. But that was one other thing that I was going to point out too was I wish there was a little bit more because there's so much to delve into there. The connection between her character and Captain Marvel, and I thought that there could have been a little bit more of that. That would have been my only nitpick of it, and I think that would have taken it over the hump a little bit more. Would have given us a little bit more, but all in all, it's great. You should go see it. You should go check it out. It pushes the Marvel Cinematic Universe forward. Unlike some of the other properties that felt like things were getting a little bit stagnant, I think this moves it forward. And Marvel is great. Like I said in the review, they're great at retconning and making past projects a little bit better in retrospect. And I think this film helped do that a great deal. And so I can't wait to see what comes next. You should go check out the Marvels out this week.
There you go, y'all. So check out the Marvels, check out our full review. I'll also have a full review on the Holdovers, and then hopefully soon the interviews with the director on Lion Girl, as well as Derek Mears, once we pay our actors, y'all. Pay actors. So those are the picks, Glenn. Lion Girl, the Holdovers, the Marvels. Where do we stand this week, bro?
Oh, wait, before we say where we stand this week, because I definitely got to give you a thumbs up. I was just going to say one thing, because the writer strike is over, we should be giving a little bit of love to the writers of these films. So Nia DaCosta, who wrote on the Marvels, Megan McDonnell, Alyssa Krasik, they really, really knocked it out of the park with this one. And then David Hemmingson is the writer for Holdovers. I'm not sure who the writer is for Lion
I'm not sure either.
But also just want to make sure we give the shout out to the writers for these films, because they need it, they deserve it.
Kurando Mitsuki, the director, actually is the writer director. So shout out to Kurando.
Yep. So shout out to them. So throw that out there. With that being said, definitely double thumbs up for you, bro. These are great. Thank you for bringing them to attention. I'm glad we got to see one of them together. And then the Holdovers, I feel like that'll be like a Christmas movie that we watch over Thanksgiving or something with the family. So good job, man. Great.
All right, appreciate it, brother. If people want to see you and get their laugh on, because you are an amazing comedian, and I know you've been booking some shows, how can people check you out, and do you have any upcoming events?
I got a show next week. It's a Works Sucks show. It's November 17th, Astro Beer Hall. It's going to be a great time. Got a great lineup there, so check that out. Check me out on levelupcomedy.com. Glenn Levels Up on Twitter, X, or whatever it is. Glenn Lawrence Comedy on Facebook and IG. You get all that information. Come out and check me out. Say, Glenn, I saw you on the NRW. Tell me some jokes.
I love it. Show love. Go see Glenn and get your laugh on. You won't be dismayed, my brother Glenn Lawrence. And for me, it's the Legend QUP on Twitter, TikTok, IG, Hive, Blue Sky, all the things, the Legend QUP. And of course, here with Glenn and the whole squad at the NRW and Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. Those are our picks. Let us know if you're checking any of them out. If we missed any, hit us up in the comments below. We'll go check it out. And stay tuned for more. We got a lot more coming our way, people, as you heard. Interviews, reviews, everything. We coming at you. We out.
Peace.